You refresh job boards at 2 a.m. even though you're exhausted. You sit in the parking lot before work, taking deep breaths, like you're preparing for battle. Every Sunday evening feels like grief. You've tried gratitude journals, productivity hacks, boundary-setting workshops, and still, the thought of another week in that chair makes your chest tighten. You look around and everyone else seems fine. They complain, sure, but they function. You're starting to wonder if you're broken, if there's something fundamentally wrong with you that makes you unable to do what billions of people do every day without falling apart. Here's what nobody tells you. Hating your 9 to 5 isn't a character flaw. It's not laziness. It's not weakness. What if the problem isn't that you're broken? It's that you're cognitively incompatible with a system designed for a brain you don't have. What you're feeling isn't failure. It's a mismatch, and once you see it, everything changes. You aren't weak, you aren't lazy, and you aren't the only one. Gallup surveyed millions of workers across 142 countries and found that 85% report feeling disengaged at work. 85%. That's not a personal failure. That's a design flaw in the system itself. But here's where it gets specific. Some people are more vulnerable to this mismatch than others, and it has nothing to do with work ethic. It has everything to do with cognitive type. Imagine you're left-handed, but every tool in the building is built for right-handed people. The scissors don't cut right, the desk is angled wrong, the mouse is on the wrong side. You can do the work, but you finish the day exhausted, not because you're weak, but because you spent 8 hours compensating. That's what researchers call identity structure mismatch. Your brain is wired a certain way, shaped by your values, your need for autonomy, your tolerance for repetition, your hunger for meaning. The 9 to 5 was built for a different wiring. It assumes you'll thrive under external schedules, hierarchical approval, and extrinsic reward. But if you score high on openness to experience, one of the big 5 personality traits, you need novelty, creativity, and autonomy to function well. If you don't get them, you don't just feel bored, you feel trapped. Your nervous system interprets the mismatch as a threat. The frustration you feel every morning isn't attitude, it's architecture. You're living in a left-handed world holding right-handed scissors, and your exhaustion is proof you've been trying. Let's go deeper. Your brain has 3 core psychological needs. According to self-determination theory, one of the most robust frameworks in motivation research, developed by psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan. Those needs are autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Autonomy, the feeling that you control your choices. Competence, the sense that your skills matter and you're growing. Relatedness, meaningful connection to others or to a purpose larger than yourself. The 9 to 5 starves all 3. You're told when to start, when to break, when to leave. Your best ideas get filtered through 5 approval layers. The work feels disconnected from anything you actually care about. And here's the kicker. When those 3 needs go unmet for long enough, you don't just burn out. You develop what researchers now recognize as autonomy deprivation depression. It looks like laziness from the outside. From the inside, it feels like your soul is trying to escape your body. Let me show you what this looks like. Jake, 31, software developer, worked at a mid-sized tech firm for 6 years. He loved coding, but he hated the endless meetings, the bureaucratic approval processes, the feeling that his creativity was being managed to death. He started dreading Mondays, gained 30 pounds, stopped seeing friends, he quit. Took a contract role with flexible hours and full creative control over his projects. Within 3 months, he'd lost the weight, started sleeping through the night, got his excitement back. He didn't need therapy, he needed autonomy. The 9 to 5 wasn't supporting him, it was suffocating him. There's a pattern researchers keep finding, and it has a name now: the gifted kid burnout pipeline. You were smart, so you followed the rules. You got good grades, earned the degree, landed the job everyone said you should want. And then you hit the 9 to 5 and realized this system rewards compliance, not curiosity. It wants efficiency, not meaning. And for the first time in your life, your brain, the thing that always saved you, is being treated like a liability. If you're a highly sensitive person, it's even sharper. The fluorescent lights are too bright. The open office is too loud. You can feel the emotional undertow of every tense conversation. 3 desks over. You're not fragile. You're picking up real signals. But the environment isn't built for people who process deeply. It's built for people who process fast. And here's the part that changes everything. What you've been calling broken is actually a finely tuned alarm system. Your brain is wired for meaning, autonomy, and depth. The 9 to 5 triggers distress, not because you're defective, but because your system recognizes a values mismatch faster than most people. You aren't broken. You're signal sensitive. And that sensitivity is the most honest thing about you. Some people can tolerate misalignment for years. You can't. Not because you're weak, but because your integrity won't let you. The resistance you feel every Sunday night, that's not dysfunction. That's your system refusing to betray itself. And it's been protecting you this whole time. You're sitting in the parking lot again. Deep breath. But this time you know, the tightness in your chest isn't weakness. It's your system refusing to betray itself. The 9 to 5 isn't neutral. It's a specific design built for a specific cognitive type. And if you're not that type, the friction isn't your fault. It's feedback. You've spent years thinking you needed to fix yourself, get tougher, push harder, adapt better. But you were never the problem. The mismatch was. And now you have a choice. You can keep trying to fit, or you can start building a life that fits you. One that honors your need for autonomy, your hunger for meaning, your sensitivity to misalignment. It won't be easy, but it'll be yours. Your resistance isn't a character flaw. It's a signal from a self that refuses to be optimized. Listen to it, trust it, and let it lead you somewhere honest.